Welcome everyone, Drake Hawkins with you, and it's time for a new series on the channel. This is, as promised, we're bringing you FrostPunk. This is my first real look at it. I've practiced a few days just to see how things go. We're going to be doing a new home scenario. Let's just leave it as is, start with things, and get it rolling here. Before we get started, if you're enjoying the series, please hit that like button, it helps me out, and if you haven't already joined the clan, hit the subscribe button, and stay tuned for more great content.
We roam the still, cold world, no horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress. Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We lost our world to snow. And with it, our last traces of humanity. We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope that pushed us forward. Slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
And there you have it, the opening story for FrostPunk, a new home scenario. We fled from London and crossed the sea to reach the frozen north. On the way, our convoy was hit by a blizzard and scattered. A handful of us managed to reach the site of this generator, only to find it frozen solid and abandoned. Why is no one here? Did any of our people survive the blizzard? Are there any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst now that the world, as we know it, has crumbled. We have to survive. So one of the things that I absolutely love about this game is the art. And not just like the buildings or the characters or the artists, the whole combination of it. The fact that it's frosty around the edges of the screen, or when the temperature changes you see it in like your vision and things. It's so brilliant. So we have to fight the cold. We need to get the generator working. It provides heat and power to other buildings. Without it, we will freeze to death. Stockpile some coal and start the generator. Quick overview. This is I thought was a crater the first time I saw it. It's not. It's the only spot that's not full of ice from the current ice age that we're now in. We got some tutorial stuff up here we could go through. I'm going to leave that up to you if you are interested in doing your tutorial stuff. We are going to do the basic missions. We should stop time, shouldn't we? We're going to do the basic missions here, though. Resources along the top: coal, wood, steel, and steam cores. Raw food that is then converted into food rations for us to eat. I don't think we can eat raw food. Time controls the time of day. Work shifts have different times of day, and so on. We'll look at those and see those as we go. Goodbye tutorials, don't need you. Currently it's minus 20 degrees Celsius. That's cold, and I live in Canada, where this may or may not be. This is either like Canada, Norway, Greenland, Iceland, something like that. If you're going north across the sea from, I don't know where, from England to across the sea, you're going to, what, Norway? Probably. Iceland, Greenland, Canada. I don't understand, but we'll probably learn more about the mystery as we go. This is our cold temperature overlay. The people here are in livable temperature for some bizarre reason. Apparently standing outdoors in -20, they must have some serious parkas on. Comfortable is where we would like them to be. Livable is okay, so each of them has a different effect on things. Prevents getting ill. People in normal work, very low risk of getting ill. Low risk of getting ill, and then it gets worse as it goes down to the point where very high risk of getting ill, small risk of requiring an amputation. So yeah. So, how to fix that? We got a stockpile of goodies. That's John, not the stockpile. This is our generator. We're going to have to get that generator going and warming things up, different levels of it. We can overdrive it, and we can tech up and learn things. The economy has some details here. We'll get back to those at some point, probably. There's a book of laws that allows us to basically determine how our new civilization is going to function. A variety of different things, soup and food additives. We could do different medical treatment styles. We could decide how we're going to deal with our dead. Fighting arena to help entertain people. Emergency shifts gives us the opportunity to turn on like a 24-hour shift on a building. Causes a lot of problems, and it's a high risk of losing people, but it'll produce massively for that day. How we handle children, because right now, let's look at this. Right now, if we look down the bottom right here, we have 65 of 80 people, because 15 of them are prohibited from working with our current law system. We don't have any decision made on how to handle kids. That's the cute little mittens. The engineer, 15 engineers. They do various different jobs that require only engineers. Some jobs require only workers or engineers, or most jobs can do both. But are basic workers and so on. So what we're going to do is find this law, and we're going to choose between either, adaptation, we're going to choose either between child labor, get those kids to work. It's a new world. Just send them to work. Hope falls slightly. Child work can be injured in an accident. Children working can be injured in an accident. Well, I think we need to maintain our civilization and to be civilized to do so. We're going to build child shelters for our kids. Hope will rise. Provided that we have a place for the children in the shelter, then hope will rise constantly. We do have to build a structure for that. There we go. We actually rose hope because of a desirable law. So we got 80 people who are out of work, but as we noticed, temperature-wise, they're still the yellow. That's livable. So we don't desperately need to chase them off to do stuff. But what I do need to do is max out one shift on a full shift on these wood crates. We'll do that. There's coal there and there and there and there. What's this? Wood crates, steel, wood crates, steel, coal. Let's give a stack to coal, leaving us with 35 people. So we can get 2 more of those babies working. Do we need steel right now? I don't think so. I think we go with another coal and a wood crates. What do we got here? Wood, steel, coal. Coal. Let's go with this one here and max that out, and then we'll come over here and we'll go with 5 workers and 10 engineers. Excellent. Get that started, and let's get time ticking by here. We're gonna put our 5 dudes onto steel. Kids can do something useful during their time in the shelter. Good. It's better to keep the children out of harm's way. Well, it seems like people are okay with us doing that. Now, we can speed up with the plus minus on the number pad. We'll try to keep things rolling here. Discontent is a little bit because of lack of shelter. So you see how they make their own kind of pathways here? They're just squishing the snow out of the way. I love it. I wish we could zoom in, but you can see the little folks. I'm leaning forward on my chair if you couldn't tell. There we go. What did that just say? Finish your labors. Okay, so we squandered our day rather aggressively. Oops. I guess we didn't really, maybe not really, because we probably had them get... yeah, they got enough. We can turn this on. We just had the speed running really fast. So let's hit the steam level 1. That was our first objectives. Objective completed. Nice. Child shelter. Build the child shelter. Well, let's go to the build menu and have a look at that. So there are 5 tabs here. Oops. There are 5 tabs here. Tech. A workshop makes our tech points, our resources. Resource gathering posts allows you to kind of keep your people warmer while they work, and distributes an area of effect to gather from multiple posts. Resource depot is what we got here. We can build another one. Food, we can build hunters, send out hunters at nighttime, up to 15 of them to gather 15 raw food per day. That can be upgraded with techs and whatnot. Then we take the raw food and turn it in a cookhouse and turn it into meals. Health, we need a medical post for anybody that gets sick, and that will not, anybody might get sick, but when they get sick, they definitely will. So child shelter is going to be one of these big buildings. So I think we're going to go ahead and put a big building in right there. This is a message. No roof over the heads. Okay, we get an optional quest here. So there's a problem. People have put together a request to us, the captain. People are understandably concerned about the lack of shelter. They're falling ill from sleeping outside in the terrible cold. We'd better do something about it. Okay, so we can do provide some people with shelter. So this says we'll have 2 days to provide shelter for 40 people. This one, in 2 days, we have to provide shelter for 80 people. That's all of them. Or we don't address it at all. Discontent will rise slightly. Well, we're going to give everybody a home, all right? That's just the way we roll. So let's go ahead and look into that. That is the last piece, and that is tents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're 8 apiece? 10 apiece. 6, 7, and 8. Good. Excellent. Okay, so those will be housing in there. Now, the other thing we need to focus on for sure is very early on getting food for our people. Do we want the shelter there? Let's cancel that. I think we want to leave room for some... Let's put that outside. This may seem weird, but I think we're going to do a... kind of in this vicinity, because what's that? Iron, right? Iron ore deposits away. I understand we're going to have steel out there at some point, so somewhere along this jolly spacing right up in here. Why does that not work? Okay, well then you'll space there. Okay, child shelter. And another thing we're going to need, of course, is our tech building. Going to need to have some research going on here. Let's do that. We want to also bring in our food. I don't know how many of these things we're going to be able to get done today directly, but we'll get them started anyways. And then, cookhouse, we're out of wood. Okay, so that was actually, that's right, we had enough to build it as is when we make the call for the request for stuff. The generator hums with reassuring warmth. But we shouldn't take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Not instantly, but pretty much. Be mindful of coal reserves. We had 300 and some to start the day, so raw food. There's no city if we all starve to death. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare the meals. Okay, I think actually what I'm going to do, instead of building this workshop, first off, I'm going to build the cookhouse because we need to get people eating. That's going to be super important. Yes, and we are definitely out of wood. In fact, entirely out of wood. So we're going to send people up, let them... Oh, something happened here. The wisdom of the crowd. A word of advice. Captain, we're facing demands. Remember this. When facing demands, remember this. People usually look for the quickest solution, not the best one. You don't have to agree to everything they ask you. If you fix a problem your way, it's fine. Okay? So remember that. Let's remember that. We have 0 of 80 people available, but they're in what's called free time mode until, I think, midnight. So they're going to go ahead and build things. They should put enough houses in here. There we go. Shelter promise fulfilled. That was quick. Hope rises. They're happy that everybody's in there. People from our convoy. Basic resources secure for now. We can try to rescue the people left behind. Build a beacon, scout Frostland, and save... Apparently that's where we went to. A place on Earth called Frostland. It's somewhere north of England. Scotland, is that ye? Save as many survivors from our expedition as possible. You'll need a workshop to design plans for more advanced buildings. Okay, we know that. We canceled the idea of building the workshop right off, but... Oh, look at that. We got sick people right away. That's not grand. But it's happening. Where's that steel factory? Let's pull you guys off there. We'll let you be the builders in a bit. You know what I'm going to do? Actually, I'm going to take... We got some dudes working somewhere around here. This is a coal pile, right? Pull them off there and tell them to go to the hunters. You guys can be... Oh, we don't have roads for you anyways, so... You won't get the hunting done today anyway. Oh, right, fine. I would like some more wood, though. We have wood crates over here. Wood crates. Max out there, please. Alright, is it morning yet? It's getting there. 6 o'clock, they get sent back to work. Oh. Word of advice. Critical shortage. Number of sick is rising and we don't have enough materials to build a medical post. Perhaps a short burst of effort could help us gather the necessary resources. Open the book of laws and consider signing the emergency shift law. Can we sign emergency shift law? Yes, we can. Good, it's time. I've got to keep an eye on this thing. It doesn't kind of grab your attention. Discontent is going up from a controversial law that has now given us the ability to demand they go to work for 24 hours. Preposterous. We're trying to work. Are you trying to work people to death? Hope these shifts will be used in a real emergency. Yep, they will be. Are we back to work yet, please? Let's get to work, people. We're in free time until 8, actually, I believe. Until we do extended work hours. Come on. There we go. We're now making coal, stockpiling coal and trees and whatnot. So first things first, let's go ahead and build the road to connect this fine collection of buildings. That should do. Street under construction. Requires at least one worker and okay. Children cared for. Excellent. The child shelter is ready and children are safe inside. People can work without worrying that something will happen to their kids. A little children's creche going on there, keeping them all safe. Yeah, excellent. Go away tutorials. They're not very invasive, like they don't get in your face and really mess with you too badly, but we have a temperature drop coming. You see the forecast bar up here. It's going to drop by 2 levels. It's going to go to minus 40. That's a cold snap. How are we doing on the gathering? You know what we need? We need building. We need health. We need medical post, and it's going to go in right beside the kids' shelter. I'm actually going to go ahead and build 2 more tent spots in there, just so we've got them used up. Okay, what's happening here? A note of thanks. Wonderful. It's the right thing to do is to give our kids somewhere safe to be. Well, I agree. Having kids of my own, I think it's important. Alright. What did that say? Mess hall. That's great. So we definitely need to put some people to work in the mess hall. And I think we'll do that with the engineers immediately because we need them there super, super big time. We're not going to be... Actually, you know what? I'm going to drop to 2 of them. They'll start making food very slowly, but they will make food for us. Food rations. They make 4 rations out of every 2 raw food, so they can get basically... They should get 200. I think that should give them 200 rations. Yes? Yes. Now, under construction, medical post. Good. Already done work, really? What a lazy bunch of... I mean... What a wonderful working crowd we have. Yes, that's what I meant. Coal. That's not our only coal, is it? Yes. Wood crates. You drop those 15 guys off there, and you guys go there. I need you to start gathering some food for us. The hunter's hut is 15 per day food. They will go ahead and head out for the night. Oh, that's them running off. See? Bye-bye, guys. They just kind of vanish off into the distance. I don't know where they end up, but they went through this wood crates and headed out of town. So they're going to, once this progress bar fills, they'll come back and give us 15 more raw food that we can then have these two fine fellows turn into real rations when it's daytime. Get a move on, chaps. Still plenty of work to do. Oh, it's 6 a.m. Indeed, there is work to do. So what do we do next? Let's see if we can build ourselves a tech building. The workshop would be nice. Do we do 2 of them? Probably. I think that's probably a wise idea to have 2 workshops. It is a sort of depleting or diminishing returns, sort of. I don't think diminishing returns is quite the right term, but the first building of these labs or workshops that you get, the first workshop you build is going to be bring you from 0 research to 100% rating. The next one gives you up to 130 rating, so yeah, it works. 7 a.m. The workforce. We have people. Where are our engineers? Up here somewhere, right? Yes, indeed we do. Good. Go. You gonna build that thing for me? Yes, you are. As soon as it's done. Oh, the food fellows are on their way back. 90% or 90 food, 88, 86, and back up to 100. This lab will be our first one we put to work, and I think we'll actually go ahead and do the second one. I have not played far into this game, so I really don't know if this is a wise choice, but we'll see. Where's our engineers? What? Where's our engineers? We have 25 unworking people. Really? What else is here? Can I not? Is there not a device? Oh, we're wood crates depleted. Okay, no wood crates there. What do we got over here? We got the coal. A coal pile. That one is another coal pile. Coal. And some coal. And some coal. Steel. Wood crates. Let's go ahead and get that wood going. So definitely want to keep wood coming in. And then do we have anybody left to put on steel? Yes, I think we'll do that right away. Maybe not. Maybe we shouldn't. I'd like to get the drawing board right off the bat, because we can. We seem to have enough stockpiled, so let's keep that going. Why are you not letting me speed up? Oh, you were, but I just had to unpause. So pause and speed are apparently 2 different beasts. You know what? No, we're going to stop that. We're going to get you researching, because research is super duper important. Looks like I can adopt a new policy. Medical apprentices for the kids, or do we want the kids to become medical apprentices, or do we want them to become engineer apprentices? I think engineer apprentices is more of a hopeful look. Sending them in to deal with death and carnage and people freezing to death, yeah, realistic, but is it going to help them build the future that we want? Families torn apart. This lady would like us to go with the first group that goes hunting for our missing friends. So, but that missing friends hunt will have to be next episode. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this episode, or this series, as much as I am. FrostPunk, a brilliantly made game by the makers of one of my favorite games of last year, which was This War of Mine. So very dark, very real feeling look at the horrors of surviving it in a real war scenario when you're not like superhero warrior, but just some dude that's getting shot at in the nighttime. Uncomfortable to play, tough game. If you haven't played it already, check it out. A lot of charity work through that game. Again, this company made a brilliant product here. I think FrostPunk, again, the same sort of a dark sort of feeling of I don't know, survival element to this, but we are surviving a giant, nasty ice age in the kind of 1850s-ish sort of technology, little frost or steampunk tech, and so on. Our first research is finished there. That is fantastic. We will look at that, though, in next episode. Thank you all for joining me. And do hit that like button. I appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe and join the rest of us as we enjoy some of the weird and wacky games as I hack my way through them learning. As I've said before, I really do appreciate the feedback and comments. Feel free to backseat game. It's not like I could stop anybody in the comments below. And let me know what you think of the game. Hints and tips and all the rest are much appreciated. And hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, see you in game.